Hello and welcome back to the NAmen Podcast. It's been a pretty exciting weekend with playoffs starting, two teams locking Raleigh, and two teams being eliminated. To start off, I'm your host, Delfino, or Delphi.wave on Twitter, your local depressed Tenaccio fan, and I will let my co-hosts introduce themselves.
Yeah. Hi. This is Elaine or Fluff Tree 2 coming back after nearly 4 months. I was like taking a break after last year. I didn't really have the motivation to return until now. I was always thinking about coming back after the our trip to LCS in spring break, me and Delphi's trip. So yeah, I'm back.
Nice.
Hello. Sorry, hello. I'm Sok. It's been a while. I don't usually do this often, but um, I think playoffs are always exciting time. So I'd like to talk about it a bit today.
And yeah, last, I'm Arsh. I'm chilling. I'm very sleepy. Um, I don't know. I'm excited to talk about playoffs because I've watched so much League of Legends this weekend between like NACL, like OQ, LEC, LCS, my own solo queue games. It's basically all I've done. And yeah, I'm excited. Fun.
Yeah, low-key League of Legends has been taking over my life. But
Has it already not done that?
okay, yeah, but like more than ever.
Wait,
'Cause I've been
actually, I have
investing.
to point something out. We're doing a no cam episode, and as you can see, my picture is the sign that I held up
It's
during the
my
100 Thieves
On
sign.
Delphi's
series
behalf.
on Delphi's
We have to do
behalf
this.
after she was tragically killed before game
I was-
5.
Yeah, I died actually.
So I
This is
I
like a
maintained her
pre-recorded.
legacy. I held up that sign, and this was in the last day of tie breaks when 100 Thieves were still not eliminated. Obviously, they were fighting for top half, whatever. So the last two series that they played at the end of the day, or the last two best of ones they played at the end of the day, I every time Busio would make a good play, which was constantly, he
It
was
was just the
smurfing.
one.
I
It
would
was
just
the one
yell,
game.
"That's my baby girl!" And
Yeah,
it
you're like
was
next to
very
me.
funny.
It was
Yeah.
funny.
Slay. I love my baby girl. Okay. To start with, how are we all doing after week 1 of playoffs? I'll go first. I'm doing fucking terrible, okay? Like
I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry.
it's so sad. Like I don't know what to do. I tweeted about this earlier, but like I am not really nearly as invested in playoffs anymore after 100 Thieves got eliminated because like it's like yes, I do like Fudge, I like Ayla, I like the players, like I like Jojo Pian, but like I'm just not nearly as invested without like them there. You know, it's like
That's
them,
so
right?
valid.
Like it's like
Yeah, without Bjergsen and Double, what's even the
yeah,
point?
I freaking
You know what
love
I mean?
Double Lift,
Like,
man. Like
Oh
without him
God,
there, like why am I
no!
even there?
I mean, I don't care about LCS playoffs because Caps isn't in it. That's what I'm saying.
No.
Simp alert.
Yeah, but how are y'all doing?
Um, just regarding playoffs itself, both both of my top favorite teams won, so I'm like happy about that. But it's EG and GG. But like the rosters are my favorites because I like JoJo, Inspired, Vulcan, Huhi. But like regarding the week before that was they went like 0-7 combined. So I'm still thinking about that because I was there
The
and it
week
was like
you were in LA,
the week
Wait,
that I was
your
there, they
your
went zero
teams
seven.
didn't win a
I
single
was like
game.
I was like, "Can I get one single dub?" And
wait, sorry,
it
go
was
ahead.
like, no dub, and EG wasn't there because they had COVID. So I was like, "Dang, that really sucks." But I'm glad they won this week because, like, yeah, that gave me some motivation. Like, I was on my spring break ended yesterday. It was good to like come in with some motivation.
I Yeah, I think definitely bangers. Um, it's kind of sad that both of the storylines, like, oh my god, 100 Thieves and COG are like smurfing the end of the split. They're gonna be so good, and like just didn't matter because they were just wrong.
It's so
Happened.
But
so
I won my
sad.
bet. I won my bet, so that's what matters.
You know, I just realized that EG and Golden Guardians reverse cursed themselves because they were 0-7. They weren't 7-0. They were 0-7.
Wait,
And look
it was
at
like
the
that.
turnaround.
So
Look at the turnaround. They're
was it
winning.
that said like whoever went on a 7-0 streak
Yeah,
immediately like broke the
the
streak?
GGS talked about it, I think, in their interview. I don't remember which player
Yeah.
it was.
So 0 and 7 or 7 and 0 streaks are like cursed or reverse cursed.
So if
I don't
you
want to talk about it.
want to win an LCS in your
Sorry,
first
Delphi.
7 games. Wait, this did not work for Dignitas. Hold up.
No, I was gonna say like
We-
wait, Dig.
We may
It took
have
them to
a
0-8.
problem.
No, it's okay. That was like it's close enough. It was a 0-8.
No, that
Then
was
they
a
won.
0-10.
What was it?
It was 09. They didn't get
0-9.
0-10
Wait, it was a
because
0-9.
because
almost
I
broke
remember
It was a 0-9.
I
You're right.
tweeted that Vulcan didn't give Dignitas their 10th loss, and he said, "What does this have to do with this tweet, cringinar?"
Dude, I'm so sad you didn't get to meet Vulcan either,
Dude,
because he's
I
your
would have
number 2
introduced
op.
myself
He would have
as
right
beat
behind
you up
Fudge.
right there. He would have.
Dude,
Dude,
Vulcan
okay.
is scary. There was like a Know Your Pro shown in yesterday's series where they asked him like if you and your teammates were stuck on a deserted island, who would make it out alive? And his answer was me and my trauma of eating my teammates. So I was like, what?
So
You're gonna
true.
cannibalize your teammates? And then he said, what else am I gonna eat? So this is why we say Vulcan's scary.
It's a
True.
deserted island, dude. There's dessert everywhere. Like,
Yeah, it's
Banger.
dessert.
Oh, random
Deserted.
story about my pro player ops. So when I first got to LCS that first day, I was there early and like nobody I knew was there. So I was hiding in the bathroom. And my friend, she thought I was hiding in the bathroom from Fudge.
No way.
Cause I have beef with Fudge, you know?
bro.
And like she
Yeah,
was
he's
like
your number 1 op.
my number 1 op, yeah. And she was like, "Oh, are you hiding from Fudge?" No. If Fudge came after me, I would be running away calling the cops. What are you talking about? I am not like a person who is willing to fight. I will be on the phone dialing 911 so fast.
No, it's on site, but it's
like that's what I'm saying. Like
No, you kept joking that you're gonna actually fight Fudge, but like that's never
I would
happened.
never, dude. If me and Fudge fought, I think I would die within like a minute. So
I mean, I'm pretty sure Fudge could like 1v9 the LCS, so like
that's true.
I mean, he
Fire
already is. He already is.
We're like-
He kind of is, yeah.
We just have
Like in real
we have
life.
like a game-breaking pause in the game, and they're like, guys, it won't work. But we need to figure out who won this series. And Fudge is
So
like,
they do
I
league
know what to
boxing.
do.
Game
League
pause.
boxing.
Game pause. Skill issue.
Game pause. Skill issue. Okay. So this weekend was the start of playoffs. There were 4 different series. The first one, FlyQuest versus 100 Thieves. Whoever won this was gonna lock a spot in Raleigh, North Carolina, where LCS Spring Finals is being held.
I'm really
Well-
excited about the series, Delphi.
I'm just overjoyed. FlyQuest
sad
3-0'd, knocked 100 Thieves to the lower bracket after 100 Thieves like kind of struggled.
Just like
They-
I predicted. I just said.
Anyway,
Dude, I
100
seem to
Thieves.
recall your prediction being a little different.
That
yeah.
was exactly what I said. I said FlyQuest 3-0 because they're so much better.
It was a rough series to watch because like I was like, I know they can do better than that. But Bjergsen talked about it a little bit, how like he felt that they need he felt like
They're
so
one-dimensional?
actually, yeah, I was watching this interview, and he talked about how they knew they were one-dimensional, but they didn't have like time nor capacity to change it like at the end of the season because like that's that's what they were winning with, and they had to keep continuing to do it. Like he talked about how like championship teams don't draft in that such a one-dimensional style, but like they knew it was an issue but they couldn't change it. So hopefully this off season gives them time to rest and also like figure out their stuff and give them time to branch out. Like that's not in like the last 2 weeks of the split.
I was thinking the opposite. I thought that they should just put tenacity on Scion Gragas forever.
Stop it.
Scion
Actually,
Gragas,
I
Scion
think every
Gragas.
game forever I'd say should be really smart.
Every time I think about the series, I'm like, oh yeah, it was a 3-1. But then I'm like, wait, no. 100 Thieves like threw a 10k goal lead in the second game.
Yep. I don't want to
Like,
talk about it.
I know, but I'm
Oh
like,
wait, I remember that now.
this team is not like this team's
It
not
feels like-
bad. They have the potential
Yeah,
to
of course,
be a
yes.
championship team.
I joke about it, but like Unironically, 100 Thieves Comfort Zone is like 2K gold behind at 10 minutes.
It's true.
I
True.
swear they have a lead. They never win when they have a lead, but they always win when they're like not. They like when they're under 5K gold behind at like 15. They are more likely to win than if they're
comfort
out
zone.
5K gold at
They're like the
15.
opposite of C9.
Yeah.
True,
Who,
actually.
well, it's like
God.
guaranteed to win a game if they have a gold lead at 15
I
minutes.
do think like 100 Thieves. I usually hate teams that are like always just like perma late game. Like, oh, we will scale button. But like, I think because I believe in the players' capacities to play other styles, like they've shown that ability before. I kind of hope that like, and I kind of think that like in summer, that'll improve. Like that's what I'm really hoping
Yeah.
for. I don't know. That's what I really want to see.
You know, this is gonna sound kind of silly, but I had a thought that like when Yumi is like the next patch where Yumi's really broken, like when that patch comes, I feel like 100 Thieves will actually be stronger because they won't have to suffer as many target bans.
True.
They won't.
So I mean that's one thing, but
They won't
I
play
mean,
that patch though.
I'm just saying like I'm
In
assuming
summer.
that like Yumi's still
You and
gonna be
me,
strong by
you
then.
got this.
You and me, we got this.
True. Any Yumi related stories? Anything Yumi related happen, Elaine, that you wanna maybe?
Wait, were we not talking about that later, or?
We are
Oh,
talking
I don't know
about
if
that
that's
later.
happening. I don't know.
Yeah, it's later, but preview.
Do you guys have any other opinions on the FlyQuest series? I will
I
say
wanted it to be closer.
I
I
wanted
like
it to be
100 Thieves.
closer.
They're like my third favorite team.
They were your third favorite.
They died, yeah.
Were.
Every
I
single
didn't say
member
were.
of that
They're
team died.
past tense now.
I know. I
Damn.
didn't. I said they're. Wait. Okay.
Smosh.
So like,
I don't know. I was adding
mean,
the word.
I hope they like don't change any players. Because they have like I think they can definitely figure something out for summer. Like be less one dimensional.
Yeah. C9 versus CLG. This was a C9 3-1, and then the winner of this year is also locked Raleigh. So C9 is for sure going to North Carolina. I don't really have that many opinions on this series. I was kind of half asleep, like in a nice way.
You're out of it. Dude, I was like not watching that closely, but
it
dude,
felt
Hmm?
it felt kind of close for a 3-1
It
because
did feel close.
I mean, you know, we all know how CLG plays. They're very scrappy and chaotic, and like
Mhm.
C9's a little more controlled, but like when CLG made a lot of plays that really swung the series at certain points, but at the end of the day, C9 was just a better team.
Yeah. And don't forget, our bestie Numi was on broadcast that day. She ate a hot pepper. And she taught because she bet that CLG would be third, and they ended up fourth or top 3 at the end of the regular season. And
It was
they
so close.
they ended
It
up
came down
fourth.
to one game.
She ate a hot pepper, and then Raz also ate a hot pepper for literally no reason.
Zero.
And-
Zero.
He regretted that
And
shit so much.
I feel bad for that dude. Numi, Angie, she was like in pain for the whole day. She had
Yeah.
like was going to a concert, but like was in pain.
Yeah.
So sad.
I did think that series was. I mean, I watched it in real life, and it was kind of crazy that like. I made this joke there, but I like. It feels like the LCS broadcast added like a new thing to their UI where there's just a timer in the top left that tells you how long until the game is interesting, but it's just the Drake timer, and you're like literally falling asleep until 5 minutes, and then you're like, oh, okay, there's like something happening, and then you go back to sleep. Like I don't know.
I was definitely feeling a little sleepy.
Other
but
series like
that's
at
just
least
me.
had some
think-
more inting. That one is just every 5 minutes something interesting, and then sleep. We were just talking. We were having full conversations in the audience.
Yeah, I mean that's chill. I mean, I think if for people who are like invested in C9 or CLG, maybe they would be more invested. But
I'm invested in C9. I've got
how
stocks in there. I
invested?
love C9.
Stocks. Okay. Stocks.
And just doesn't. I don't know. I was just it's like so. Ugh. I
Well,
wish the series was like
I
more
feel like
fun.
I
'Cause
remember
think
that
it was a
like
banger.
CLG was like winning game 4, and they probably should have won it, but then they like threw, right? it should have gone to
Yeah, I
game
mean
5.
there was quite a few close calls there, but I think C9 consistently looked a lot better. CLG just had a couple insanely good drafts.
I mean, game 4 had Jimenez on Jay, so you already know it's already gonna be a good game when you see
True.
Jimenez Jay.
Dude,
0-20
C9
or 20-0.
XDDD.
Yeah.
C9 actually making the
NAJs.
NAJs work, man. Like
But then
They
but
were
then-
making that NAJ sort.
they
I'll say.
were.
Alafox made that NAJ's work, dude.
Mm,
Alafox got that
we can
actual
talk about that
NAJs.
later.
Yeah, we can for sure. But fortunately, game 5, Jimenez gets to LeBlanc. He is a beast on LeBlanc, so unplayable.
Oh, the misery.
Everybody wants to be my M&S. M&Es.
I mean,
Okay.
this is our really stupid joke.
Oh my
that
god,
me
we were
and
saying
Delphi
this the
started for
entire
no
time.
reason. It's just
So-
I can't stand you guys.
I think
everybody
it's
wants
funniest
to
with the
be
GIF.
My
My
enemies.
M&Es.
Oh,
and, like,
the GIF.
The
The
oh,
cat.
the misery cat.
The Oh the Misery GIF that has a cat. It's like the first one that comes up if you type Oh the Misery.
It's so
is inherently.
okay.
I just have to say.
GG versus 100 the I can't.
You
man.
don't-
I can't.
You don't want to talk about it?
GG's 3-2, 100 Thieves. 100 Thieves get eliminated. It's so sick. That last game was in their hands. I'm so sad. Like, I don't even want to talk about
Yeah.
it.
It was
Like,
really
Stixay-
close. It was really
Stixay
close.
went
was.
crazy, and I'm happy for him. But at the same time, like, legit, I'm that one Younghoon gif where he's like sitting there and then he just like starts crying. Like, that's me.
Yeah,
right
that
now.
like there's that GIF that if any of you guys know C9 Sons on Twitter,
He
always
tweets
uses
every
this
time
GIF.
he's sad, but
Um,
it's
just-
so
yeah.
I'm very not happy about. I mean,
Just
I'm just
imagine like
very
a
unhappy that
crying
they're,
K-pop boy.
yeah. It was just not a very. It was a fun series to watch, but it would have been way more fun had the red Nexus exploded game 5 instead of the blue one.
I would have preferred a different outcome.
But
So this-
it was fun.
I know.
This
I know
is
you
kinda
would have
wild.
preferred.
Dude, I was all over the place. I'm sitting there, I'm like, fuck, I thought I lost the bet, and I'm like trying to figure out how to weasel out of it, and then I won the bet, and I'm like, I don't know if I'd be happy or sad. I just walked out in like catharsis.
I was just not a very
Bro,
happy
I
person.
mean, yeah, I'm
Yeah.
like already established that I'm a Golden Guardians enjoyer mainly because of Huhi, but I also love Stixay and Licorice, and also shout out to Maya, the #1 Licorice stan.
She's been standing by him
she-
through thick and thin.
Literally through thick and
Beat
thin.
him no matter
Like,
what.
Through some
Yeah.
very thick and very thin.
yeah. I mean, I'm very happy for her. I mean, she was like stressed out of her mind after the Golden Guardians 03 Super Week, just like
Oh,
me.
yeah.
with
She
the
changed her name
07
to
EG
Golden Guardians.
EG, like we're like united in lower bracket, crying like, oh no, what's gonna happen? And it's like Licorice actually had a really nice series, got player of the series, so it's like all the haters nowhere to be found. I'm really happy for him. He played carries too, and people are gonna be like when they see him lock in like Gwen and like Olaf and stuff, they're thinking like the haters are thinking
And the
like,
terrifying
why are you
Renekton.
trusting like this elimination series to Licorice? But it's like it was a good trust. Like he actually
It was a good
played
trust.
very well.
It's crazy too, because
I
it's
think
like
it was really cool that they gave Licorice that credit because
Yeah.
it's easy for people to say like, oh my god, Stixay game 5 really clutch, and he did a
He
great.
oh
was.
that
He did a
was
great
They
insane.
were
job.
Yeah.
losing that.
That was
Yeah, it's
insane.
like you have to remember they were like losing that game for a majority of the game, and like Licorice was like keeping them in the game low key.
Yeah.
Like,
I
I
think
think
I
like
know.
he had some
Stixay,
great
yeah,
performers.
Stixay and Licorice played insane. I thought Huhi was
Mhm.
insane. Like they just, I honestly like what will be remembered is like 100 Thieves lost, but like the 100 Thieves were not playing badly.
Yeah,
Like Busio, I mean,
Busio played really well. Yeah, I remember
holy.
this.
I said before game 5, and game 5 kind of changed it because Licorice popped off and Stixay had the insane play. But like before game 5, I said to Azale and Raz, we were talking about like who the potential player of the series could be. Or no, it wasn't Raz. It was Raz and Rafa. Dude, I'm mixing up what days people were casting. Not that they're gonna watch this, but I was talking to whoever was casting, and we were talking about, I was literally saying like it's either Huhi or Busio. I literally thought like the player of the series, depending on who wins, is Huhi or Busio because they were both smurfing out of their minds. And
I
then
love
game 5
support
was so
players.
insane that like neither of them, like Huhi was not in contention anymore because of how well his team played. Like they were
Mhm.
like that was a legitimate team effort, right? This is not just a single player on one team just keeping them in it. Like every player on both teams, I thought was impressive, except maybe Bjergsen.
Okay.
Well, the
Yeah,
the
Busio
random
was playing
slander.
really well, but
I'm a
I
Bjergsen fan, man. I love Bjergsen, but I'm sad.
I know. You know
I
what's
don't know if
crazy? Like, speaking of Bjergsen, like me and Delphi were playing Aram last night, and
stop.
my name's Jojo Pin Fangirl. So like, someone on the enemy team was like getting mad for no reason. They were like, "Double lift better than Jojo." So I was like, "Okay, well,
Double
who
lift better
advanced?"
than JoJo?
It
So
was
I
so
said, "Okay, who
random.
Right?
advanced?" I said, "Who advanced in playoffs?" And they were getting mad, and they were like, "Bjerg greater than Jojo. Jojo gets
Cool.
carried by Inspired." I'm like, "You're saying this, but like, who got eliminated?"
My hand was seizing. What?
Wait,
He was
JoJo
literally so mad.
JoJo carried by Licorice is so weird.
No, by
Did you get
Inspired.
by
Oh yeah,
inspired?
by Inspired, sorry. Yeah, it's so odd because like
Yeah,
I
no,
mean yeah,
yeah,
I mean
it's just
kind
they're just
of yeah,
wrong.
but
I
like
wasn't
Inspired
mad,
is just
like
insane. JoJo's
yeah,
also
yeah, yeah.
1v1 laning, like shitting on
Yeah, no,
everybody.
they're just wrong and mad for no reason. I just thought it was
Real,
funny.
real. They should rename themselves Double Lift Fangirl, and then you can duke it out
Stop.
in the
My battle
ring.
will be legendary.
Elaine
They
could
were
Uh,
win,
actually
bro.
named like UCSB something.
it was UCSB Tiger or something.
Wait, UCSB?
Yeah,
Yeah, it was
I have no
It's
idea.
John.
John's
It's
alt.
John, yeah. John on the alt is like, double lift is so much better than JoJo. JoJo sucks.
John's in the chat question mark yes.
No, but I legit think like if Elaine were to fight someone for JoJo's on, dude, Elaine's ripped. I met her in real
But no.
life. Her biceps like 30 inches long.
Yeah, anyways.
Yeah, it's so real. That's totally the case.
So, the last playoff series played was EG versus CLG. EG 3-0'd. I'm gonna be honest. So I woke up. So that day, I woke up and I had to do. I was in this. Oh, I'm so sorry. But I had to do this podcast with. Not podcast. I was doing a watch party with Bree and Summer watching NACL OQs. It was really, really fun, but also like I had to take a shower after that and it ended like really late. And I missed like almost the entire first game, and then like I slept through the second game, and then like I barely watched the third game. So I am not qualified to talk on this, but I will let my co-hosts
It's okay.
talk about their
I'm
experiences watching.
I'm qualified to talk about it.
Go ahead,
I
Elaine.
also
I think
never.
we had very different ways of approaching that day because I was like stressed for like the whole lead up to it because I'm
You
like
were
it's
so
elimination.
stressed. I
It's
remember that.
yeah, no, it was elimination match, so I can't help it. And then like also the CLG fans are very stressed, like Andrea and like probably Angie too. So we were like united in stress. But it's like natural because like EG was sick, like most of them. Like people think it's just JoJo that got sick, but like four of them got sick. So like
True.
like it messed up all the scrims because actually somebody had an interview like today that released today where he said that they had to like switch mid jungle and ADC for scrims like on different days because they kept getting sick on different days, and like you can just see how that messes up with the practice. And they were also playing at home, so it feels more like a like scrims than actual stage games. So that's why they had the tragic 0-4 super week that I don't want to talk about. So it's like, but it's like
They
JoJo
were
looked
just
really bad
they
that
were
week too.
automatically getting last or lower bracket buff.
Yeah,
They just wanted it
it was
instantly.
tactical. It was definitely not just a sad situation, but I'm glad
Yeah.
they looked a lot better. They were healthier and they played very well in the
Yeah, I
series.
mean, the
The
Super Week.
3-0.
Yeah, the Super Week was tragic, but at the end of the day, this is EG. Like they were shaky throughout the season, but we know how EG looks when they're good, and I think the kind of break they got before their best of 5 really powered them up, and I think it showed. Even though game 3 was a little shaky, like they still look really dominant.
Yeah, I mean,
Oh
we
yeah,
were
I
in call
actually
for
thought they were
that.
gonna lose game 3. Yeah, we were in call.
So wait, Sock, Delphi, were you guys there or just me, Elaine?
I
I
was
was
Delphi
watching.
was like
probably
I
there,
was watching
Delphi
but
was like
Babygirl.
in call, but like not very present.
Yeah,
And
for
then
sure, me
it
and
was Maya.
Elaine were talking about it, and Elaine was like, "Oh, it's JoJo, we're going to game 4," and I was like,
Yeah.
I don't know."
I mean,
Like,
it looked like that for a bit because
because I was like,
Joker.
dude, the whole time I was like, I don't. EG's comp was the game where they locked like Lisa and Ari, like all of the absolute sins stuff, right? It was like Lisa and Ari Varus, right?
Oh, the second game where they were like, we're
Oh,
gonna
was that game
hands diff
2? What
them.
was game 3?
Game 3 was
Game
Aphelios
3,
threat.
Vhagar.
Oh yeah. It was the game where they just had Vhagar Aphelios, and the game
Yeah.
kept going longer, and it was like,
I mean, the enemy team had
Hmm.
Faker on Jay, so
True,
it
actually.
was like
Hello,
kind of
Faker.
scary.
You actually know,
Dude, he was
fun
like
fact.
actually 8-1 on Jace at some point, and then it just didn't work out.
Faker named himself after Palafaker. That's true.
yeah,
True.
that's
That is
actually
true.
real
That
lore.
is actually
Need
that
to
is
put that in
a
LCS profiles.
That actually already is in there. I edited it, put it there myself.
Poggers.
Yeah, they like brought it back game 3, so kind of a comeback. But yeah,
The slay.
inspired player of the series. It's my baby girl.
But he's disgusting, dude. I was just bad mouthing him. I was like, I don't know. I feel like River really deserved an All-Pro spot. And then Inspired played like that during the series. I was like, that's my boy.
He
back.
heard you. He heard you.
He back.
And you're just like two-faced like that. You're just switching it up.
I mean, I was like, listen, I don't regular season play. He wasn't there for me. And then I'm like, that's why that's why he's one of the goats.
He was like on tanks a lot,
True.
but he was still really good in regular season.
Yeah, it's very scary.
Yeah, I think everyone had really good moments yesterday. Like, I'm still thinking about that freaking JoJo Vhagar play where he was like 1v2ing bot lane, and it was so funny looking.
It was
Like-
a little silly, yeah.
Yeah.
I just want to say that Croc just said in chat that Busio said I'm his favorite NAmen member, and that's verified. So I'm just saying. I'm just saying.
I was reading this and like
I'm just saying.
Busio's friend Croc is asking.
He's lying for fun. He's lying for fun. I swear. I'm his favorite NAmen member.
That's
I swear.
mad facts.
This is Busio's friend. Yes. He is lying for fun. It's just
He
like
is
I'm just saying,
tenacity.
Busio probably only likes players who are
He
hard
says
stuck
on stream.
silver. Delphi's gold. I'm silver. So it seems like
No, but,
I'm
like,
apparently an
Croc-
advantage here.
Croc heard that like I said Fudge is my number one op, and he's trying to fight for his spot back. It's okay.
Croc, like even he's not even the number 2 op. The number 2 op is Vulcan.
It's Vulcan. Yeah. Number 3 op is Croc, but he's fighting for number 1. I respect it.
I'm actually shocked that it only top 3. I'm annoyed.
Arsh wants to be on the op list top 3.
So
You gotta fight more.
I know, right? Like you actually have to like be like a grade A hater. But anyway, so Sock, our lovely Kaisa,
yes,
she has some
favorite
wonderful
Sock.
playoff stats. She said she wanted to like post them as like questions, like trivia questions. Like if you guys in chat want to participate at all, like go for it. Okay,
Yeah,
Sock
well, I mean,
stats go.
yeah, I'm gonna quiz
Sock
you
stats
guys.
better than chat stats.
I don't.
Sorry, joke.
Yeah, I don't know how many we'll get through. I don't. There's a couple. There's just a couple of them, but
Okay.
The first one is, so out of all the players in playoffs so far, who has gotten the most kills in a single game and how many kills? So like you guys can like try to figure out like one or the other.
Wait,
or
like
both.
including regular season?
No, playoffs.
Just playoffs.
Oh,
Just in
which
playoffs?
player has gotten
So,
a
yeah,
number
like,
of
they-
kills?
Okay,
Okay,
I know that Inspired like put out a 13 kill game, but I don't know if anyone got more than that. Maybe an ADC. I don't know.
I would say maybe like actually
would it be
Cloud9
someone on
kinda is
Flight
strong.
or
Maybe
C9?
Victor.
Actually,
Wait, if
he-
it's the highest number of kills, it has to be 100 Thieves or CLG, right? Because they played
Oh,
more
yeah,
you
games.
said
that
in a
was a
single
banger.
game. You said in a single
Oh,
game.
is it a single game?
So
In a single game.
In a single game, who got the most kills? And then like for
Oh.
fun, you can guess like how many, but like
Sorry, I'm stupid.
Okay,
it's
guys,
okay.
we have
Well,
30
Elaine
seconds to
locked
try
it
to
up.
figure out an
Elaine
answer to this
locked it
question.
up. What does Arsh and Delphi think?
I'm gonna
I
say you go first, Duffy.
I will say double lifts.
Okay.
Like 15 kills or something. I don't know.
I think it was probably say.
Okay. The verdict is you were correct, Elaine. It was inspired with 13
Wow.
Let's
Oh,
go.
the
That's
Wook- was
my
it
baby
the
girl.
was it
It was
the
his
number
first
game
game
one?
one. Dude, I'm glad it was him because like these are the only games I can actually remember is the freaking
inspired.
my faves wins. Yeah, he inspired. He played Wukong on first game. He got 13 kills. He was like popping off.
Slay.
He's the
Bro
goat.
Okay.
built
Slay.
Dirk like it was a solo queue match. He did not care.
He
That
was
guy's-
L9
that
solo
guy's
queue
really
winning
good.
on Wukong.
That guy's really
Yeah.
good. He could like win
He's-
MVP in 2 different regions or something.
He's like really inspiring.
It's really inspiring. Okay.
Great
That's the next
job.
talk stat.
He really
Um,
Caspers me.
So this one's
What?
this one's pretty straightforward. Who has the highest KDA in playoffs?
Okay,
So-
30 seconds.
KDA player.
Go.
Ooh.
Who is a KDA
Oh.
player? Shoot.
Friggin'
This is hard.
I mean, maybe one of the like 3-0.
Yeah, I would say maybe for someone from Cloud9.
Wait,
Yeah, I
I'll
would-
it's
go.
not even a 3-1
Oh, true.
someday. I don't know.
I'll go.
I would have guessed
Uh,
FlyQuest. Someone from FlyQuest.
Oh, FlyQuest had a 3-0.
I would guess
You're right.
Prince, because like
I'll guess
Prince,
Prince.
that man loves his KDA.
Okay, time is up.
Yes, it is in fact Prince. He has a
Yeah.
whopping
Okay,
12.3.
you're right. Yeah.
Wait, what's
the
the KDA?
3-0, but yeah, Prince. Okay, that makes
What's
sense.
the KDA?
12.3.
Oh my
Ooh,
God.
Oh my
And then
god.
Ayla is second with 10.3 because bro was
Ayla.
playing. Bro was on Lulu duty, so he got.
Man,
Lulu duty,
I
overjoyed.
felt so
he
bad
was.
because I felt like I disrespected Ayla with my thread where I was like, Busio's gonna smurf. And then Busio played well, but then Ayla showed up, and I was like, damn, I should have mentioned more about how good I think
Ayla's-
Ayla is.
Such an icon.
'Cause I think Ayla's good, but I was like, trying to hype up Busio, and then Ayla just played out of his
Yeah, you're
mind.
just no, it's understandable. You're just trying to hype up your number one baby girl.
True.
Number one baby girl.
Number one baby
Hey.
girl, bro. Yeah.
Doc, do you have another stat for us?
One more. It's kind of boring, but
That's okay.
who has? Actually, I'll make it interesting. Actually, so there's like a CS per minute stat, right? Like
Mhm.
like who
Yeah.
farms the most? So of the top 5, 4 of them are ADCs, but one of them is not. Who is that one outlier?
Okay.
Ooh.
The top
There's
5 CS per
top-
minute,
CS per
JoJo.
minute? Okay,
Okay,
30
well,
seconds.
Actually,
Okay.
I don't freaking know. I just wanted to guess him because
Yes, per
Um,
minute.
You were allowed to guess. You were allowed to guess any.
It's not gonna be a
non-ADC.
jungler or support, right? So it's
Yeah,
gonna
it
be
won't
top
be a
or
jungler
mid.
support.
Totally
it'll be top
not
or
a
mid.
support,
It
man.
probably won't be a top laner. This is average CS per minute. Probably one of the 3-0 teams. So I'd say it's either FlyQuest or E. Out of those, I would say it's probably Jojo.
I'll say Vikla.
The answer is in fact JoJo with a
Oh, let's
9.6.
go.
Oh
Wait, Saki made 2 of the answers, my boys. This
Yeah,
is
this
so
is cheating.
biased. Let's go.
It was not on purpose, but
I know. Yeah, that's great. I love it.
Yeah,
I love
yeah.
stock stats. Stock
Stock
stats is my favorite.
basically SIJFB stats at this point. Okay,
Yeah.
but yeah.
JFB stats.
So JoJo had 9.6 CS per minute, which was just behind Luger. So yeah,
Luga.
We need to explain SIJFB for
Okay.
the uninitiated. It's a someday inspired JoJo, FBI, and Vulcan. My
Sijif.
favorite team.
It rolls right off the tongue.
Sijif.
Sijifu. Yeah, so instead of saying EG win, we say
Redacted. Instead of saying redacted
Sijifu
win.
Yeah, so go Sijifu.
fighting.
Okay. I would like to go in to I would like to deliver a eulogy.
Go.
Dearly beloved, we are gathered here today to mourn a split lost for 2 teams. Both CLG and 100 Thieves had a good run in Spring Split, and we celebrate their memories by going over their accomplishments. Number 1 accomplishment for 100 Thieves. I would like to read off Tenacity's last played champions. Sion, Gragas, Sion, Cassante, Gragas, Sion, Cho'Gath, Sion, Gragas, Sion, Gragas, Cho'Gath.
That's why he's the GOAT.
I mean, listen, it's anecdotal, right? But like the one game that anyone can remember from Tenacity is the Fiora game.
Yeah, that's
Like,
I remember that.
That was by far his coolest performance, all split.
I know, and he was killing it. But
Almost solo won the game.
Are you gonna do a similar? Are we gonna read off Dokla's last play champs as well?
yeah.
I'll pull
Let's
it
read
up.
off Dokla's last place
I
champion.
had Dokla's up just now.
Here, I'll pull it
did?
up. I'll pull it up.
Okay.
I have
Okay.
it.
I
Oh,
feel
you
like
got
there's
it?
a common
have it.
thread here.
Scion,
Arsh,
Renekton,
deliver.
Scion, Gwen, Scion, Yone, Scion, Gwen, Yone, Cassante, Gragas, Scion.
Wow, what a beautiful champion pool from both of our top laners. It's such a wonderful thing to see 3 total champions locked in for my favorite player in 10 or 15 games. I think it's like one of my favorite things to see. Please do it
Those
again in
3
Summer
champions
Split.
are tanks.
Yeah, tanks. I would also like to celebrate Busio being exposed as the fraud he is. Ayla outsold him.
Oh shit.
Ayla is a better academy support.
True.
I'm just kidding. I really want to shout out like
Fraudcio.
the rookies and 100 Thieves stepping up. They really performed in playoffs. I would say like those 2 were the best performing players on their teams,
No
especially in
bias.
the later part of the split. No bias at all, none
I
whatsoever.
actually think that's true.
Tenacity was role playing really well, and I really hate that he had to do that because I started following
So we're
him.
clear, you mean playing his role.
Yeah,
Yeah, okay.
playing the role of the tank, right?
Yeah, like,
he
yeah,
was
being
there
a
to
role
he was
player. That's
there
like-
to be
people
a
say
weak
that,
side.
yeah.
Yeah.
And he did it really well. And even though I'm really sad to not see anything interesting locked in for the past 10 years, it was nice to see him succeed. And Busio was being as iconic and creative as he always is, and I'm really excited to see how they work that even more into their playstyle in the summer split. That's my eulogy for 100 Thieves. If anyone wants to deliver one about CLG,
That's such a good eulogy.
I
I don't know
can-
how to
Thank you.
give eulogies.
If no one here is passionate about defending CLG, I'm down to talk about CLG.
go for it.
I think, listen, I may have put CLG 9th in my early split power rankings, but
No,
that was
that tweet
primarily
you
not
made,
because I
that
thought
tweet that you yourself wrote.
Oh, yeah.
not
Very
because I
funny.
thought the team was weak, but literally just because I thought like the rest of the league would adapt where they would not be able to, and I was just wrong there, right? Like I think CLG definitely had problems, right? You could see that same way 100 Thieves had problems. That's why they were eliminated. But like Contracts and Palafox especially, like every time people talk about CLG, they're like, "Dang, I really thought Luger would be like the story of this team," but like, dude, Palafox and Contracts are insane, or Dokla's insane. Like Luger was always meant to be like this hyper carry for the team, and he is that. But like, it's really insane the level at which, especially I think Palafox and Contracts played during playoffs and the end of the regular season. Like they were insanely consistent. And the team is like on weird pages, drafts weird sometimes, but like at the end of the day, Palafox should have been an all-pro mid laner, and Contracts should have been in the conversation for jungle, right? Like they played really well in regular season and in playoffs, and I mean that's gonna force me to have to reconsider how I rank this team in summer, right? Like they genuinely played well.
I would like to read my favorite CLG copy pasta. Nah, CLG gonna get roasted 3-0.
I know this one.
All their players are boosted animals who just fluked their way into playoffs. Why do you think they were the only playoff team without any All-Pro? SMH, use your heads, people.
Troj.
I know the CLG fans are all like posting that as like a
Yeah.
joke, but then they actually got 3-0.
I
I feel
felt
bad.
so bad,
Like,
but it was
I'm glad
close.
that EG won, but like I was kind of predicting 3-1 because
I was
like,
hoping that CLG would take a game.
I was hoping CLG would
would've
take a
been- It would have
game.
been cool if they like had at least one dub because I'm like really good friends with Andrea and like I just feel bad because
Yeah.
Dude, I wish we had
She
the
really
8
loves
team.
this
I know the
CLG
8-team
roster.
playoffs format sucks, but we could have had like way more of the teams. I don't know.
Dude, during game
I think
I don't know.
Team Liquid in playoffs would have scaled way harder, and I think they would have done well in playoffs.
True. Scrooge.
Oh,
It's not
yeah.
really a controversial opinion. Anyway, so if you guys didn't know, actually, Elaine wanted to talk about this a lot, so let's talk about some of the playoffs marketing. We'll start with the magazine covers, which I will say they should make into posters so I can have them on my wall. They were
I
really, really
can
nice. I
confirm
really.
that is happening.
Are
They're making posters.
you
They're, like,
serious?
selling-
They are working on it. They want to do it,
Okay,
and
I
they
am
are
so
actively
excited.
trying to get it done.
I am so excited.
Okay. Thank
So,
you for the information that you didn't
thank
tell us
you.
earlier.
Thank you for
I
not telling
for
us.
sure was really busy, but I was trying to reveal it to you guys on the podcast so we could get your genuine reactions. And
Yeah,
definitely
that's
not.
definitely
I
what you
forgot
did.
because I had
You
looked
did-
into it and
that's
then forgot to tell you
definitely-
guys.
Yeah. That's what
Okay.
I thought.
Well, the playoffs marketing, I think it was really good. I'm no bias. I really think 100 Thieves was the best one. No bias at all. I definitely
No
don't have it
bias.
saved on my phone. So
I know which one you're gonna buy.
I'm gonna buy the Busio and Fudge ones, but yeah, for sure.
Yeah, I knew
Yeah.
that.
I also there was a drop. The playoffs, or not for playoffs, but the season kickoff. The kickoff emotes dropped.
Yeah, that's
I
not related to
know it's not related to playoffs, but it happened at the same time, so I'm gonna say it in this section anyway.
Yeah.
There was a little Crab 9 emote. A lot of people like that one. The FlyQuest Oriana emote was cute. I think there's
Be
one
for real.
specific emote that Miss Elaine wants to talk about.
Oh, yeah, you mean the pardon me. AKA the Yumi. It's like I don't even know why he it's like supposed to be JoJo's emote because he was in Kickoff like before the season started. But like I don't know why he picked that. It's like a Yumi with like a monocle and a top hat and like paws out. Like I really don't know why he picked that. But I guess it's cute. I got it because even though it has the EG logo, the forbidden logo, I'm like it's if you use it in game, it's kind of hard to see. So it's just Yumi. So I hope to see JoJo using his own emote. And so like EG put out this like video that was produced by, Frenzy, the studio that they outsourced to.
Frenzy my goat.
And yeah, it was like they're like the same studio that made EG Files, which is currently discontinued, which makes me really sad. But this video was really funny. I don't know. There was like it was just like a bit or like a skit acting thing where like JoJo tells Vulcan that if you play too much Yumi, you become Yumi, and then Vulcan's like, "Nah, no way, that's dumb." And then he starts slowly turning into Yumi, and like he has cat ears in the video, and it's so cute. Like they turned Vulcan into a cat boy. I do not know how they managed to get him to do that, but his acting was pretty
They fed
good.
him a teammate
Oh yeah,
to bribe him.
No, Vulcan.
Have you seen
Vulcan.
FBI recently? That's all I'm saying.
I saw him in the playoff series, but can you be sure that
Yeah,
was
true.
FBI Victor Huang? Can you be sure?
Maybe it was a different
was
one of
really
Elaine's
him.
cousins.
Cousin? I call him last name reveal. Like I call him cousin as a joke. Like I've not called him cousin, but like if I'm referring to him, I say cousin FBI because like
It would be
the
really
same-
funny if
we
you
have the-
walked up to him and be like, "Hey, what's up,
no, I'm
cousin?"
not walking up to him and calling him cousin, but like we have the same last name, so it's funny. Same with Blabber too, but
Oh, and yeah.
yeah. So like
Long lost family.
he has the Vulcan had the cat ears. They even had cat ears on JoJo in like a behind the scenes picture, so it's like cat boys.
That's like
And yeah, it's like it's like kind of a low key horror thing, but it's like funny. It's like Vulcan's turning into Yumi, and then he's like, "No more Yumi," and then he rips off his cat ears, and then JoJo's like, "What?" So it was really funny, but like JoJo's acting still,
it's
needs
a
some
little
work.
bit.
It's a work in
Yeah.
progress. It's definitely an upgrade from the Torch It days, but
Torch it. You
it.
heard me.
Torch It was so
Torch
fun.
it.
Um,
Also, as John said, huge shout out to Frenzy for doing the magazine covers as well. They
Huge.
actually are smurfing. Please go support them. They're so
the
slay.
magazine covers, they were they were like one player from each playoffs team. So it was
Yeah.
Busio, Impact, Dokla, Fudge, Licorice, and JoJo, and
What is
all
it
of
with the
them
top
were
laners,
so good.
man? It
True,
was 4
that's
top
4
laners,
top
1
laners.
support, 1 mid.
They picked
Yeah,
all
what
of the
happened?
most mature players from
I
each
wonder
team.
how they picked it. I wonder like how that process of picking the players went. Yeah, but
Probably whoever was down to do
I mean, I like
content.
JoJo's. He
Hello.
was like wearing green. Like I never see him wear green. I
No,
don't
their
know.
fits were so cute.
It was Slay. Yeah, he was like next to a colorful truck. It was like very Slay. And then yeah, I liked Impacts. He looked very good.
Very good. Okay.
Busio was so cute. Yeah.
He was adorable. Oh my god, him and his little beanie. Okay, I can't. Okay.
His beanie.
I already talked about this. I already talked about
Yes.
this. I swear I wouldn't do it again. Okay. If you guys didn't know, me and Elaine for spring break, we went on a trip to LA and we met for 2 days at LCS. It was so fun. I posted pictures of us meeting IRL. It was
The BFG
was-
and her small companion.
the BFG and her small companion, because the first day I was wearing like 3-inch heels and I'm already like 5 inches taller than Elaine. So it was like
Whoa.
legitimately BFG status.
You were almost as tall as me on that
Yeah,
day.
and I will say, Fudge is enormous, bro. What? He was still so much taller than me, even though I was like wearing heels. I was like,
mean,
whoa.
No, dude,
me
talking to Fudge
personally-
and Sven at the same time is the most humiliating conversation I've
Dude,
ever
it was-
had.
I don't know. It was so awkward talking to them because I was legit looking up. Same with Tomo. I was looking up. It was so sad.
Dude, okay, Delphi, imagine that being me then. I'm looking up at everyone.
Yeah, but you're used
them.
to it, Elaine.
Yeah, right?
I
Like-
am used to it.
Oh, I am kind of used to it because my sister's like 5'11", but like, anyway, it was really a really good time. We don't have a whole bunch of time to talk about this. So I'll just talk about my favorite moment and have Elaine talk about her favorite moment, and Arsh talk about
Okay.
his favorite moment because he also met us. So, my favorite moment was meeting Tenacity and Busio. That was 2 separate moments, but I don't care. So Busio, I talked to him a little bit after the fan meet with 100 Thieves, and he took like a little mirror selfie and a little selfie, and it was really fun. He's really nice. I was very nervous. I think he could tell. But he's so sweet in person. I also met Tenacity. I was literally stomached. It was so embarrassing. But I was with his friends. So like his friends, like so I'm friends with Mahir, and Mahir's friends with Tenacity. So Mahir was like, "Oh, can you come meet us? Like she has something to give you." And we took a picture. It was really cute. Yeah, that was my favorite moment. What about you, Elaine?
Yeah, so since certain people couldn't be there, my favorite moment other than meeting Delphi was meeting Huhi, because he was my first favorite player, and he's like the person who got me into LCS originally, like in 2018. And like I was a really big Huhi fan, and I drew him a lot, so he kind of knows me from back then. And I was like at Golden Guardians, like they had their fan meet on Wednesday, but I wasn't there on Wednesday because I still had class skill issue. But I went on Thursday, Friday, in week 8, and since Golden Guardians didn't have a fan meet, I had to like message him and message Angela and about like if I could meet him, because I wanted to like give him like some gifts. And then Angela was like, "Hey, I messaged like 3 different people to bother him about it. Did he meet you yet?" It's like, she's
Angela's so
literally
on
the
top of
goat.
things.
Dude,
She
she would
is
fight a
so-
war for you, I
She's
swear.
literally the goat. She's literally the goat. But yeah, he was really nice. Like he like Golden Guardians was like staying there on Friday for a bit, on the tiebreakers, or no, it was in like the last game or something, because they had to find out whether they were playing a tiebreaker for 5th, 6th, and they ended up not having to play a tiebreaker, so they were leaving. And then he said that I could like come outside to meet him, so I went over and we hugged a bit. And then he also was like, "Oh, do you want like Trevor to be in the picture, Stixay?" And Stixay was literally in the process of walking away because I think they were about to leave. So I didn't even think about it, but I was like, "Oh, sure." And then he called Stixay over, and we got a picture. And he was like, "Oh yeah, you also drew him a lot in the past, right?" And I was like, "Oh yeah, I did." So that was really cool meeting Hui and Stixay, because I was really big fans of them from CLG. But yeah, I don't know if I'm supposed to talk about my like least favorite moment, but it was definitely that EG had COVID, because I was like, that was like the number one thing that I wanted to do, was see JoJo inspired in Vulcan. But
It's okay. I
So
understand.
unlucky. And then they lost all their games. Oh well.
On the bright side, next time you come, it'll be more fun.
I don't
True.
know when the next time I come is a bit
Then
expensive.
you know what? I'll reach out to my guys. We'll just bring LCS to you.
Your guys.
Boom.
Thank
Move the whole
thank you
studio, baby.
so much,
Yeah, well,
Arsh.
actually, though I do anticipate like there should be. I thought it was kind of crazy that both of the finals this year are
West or East Coast.
East Coast, especially because like
Hey, I'm not complaining.
North Carolina is
Yeah.
really like Raleigh is really close to Atlanta, and Atlanta just got World Semis.
Atlanta wasn't supposed to get World
It's
Semis,
okay.
though, and I'm
Next
sure they
year,
planned
next
this
year
stuff
is our year
before.
is the Pacific Northwest's year.
Rise
You
up.
say this every year, girl.
Rise
Listen,
up.
It has
Elaine,
to
Elaine,
be,
the
man.
reason you aren't getting events is because of Canada. So just blame Canada.
I mean, if like Vancouver gets it, I would literally drive there, man. It's fine.
With
But-
what driver's license, Elaine?
No, I'll just get my get my get my parents to drive me.
I'd Uber there.
So Arsh, what was your
No.
favorite moment about Super Weekends?
Probably the fairy court party.
That was really fun. Yeah.
That was
Oh, yeah.
fun. I'm a big fairy aesthetic enjoyer, as you
Oh,
can
yeah, just
tell
like
by
me.
my straight man vibes. My name is Nightmare Shadow on League of Legends, so you know.
Arsh
I really
and
fit.
MS.
I fit right in
Please,
with the.
If you see Arsh in League, you have to recognize him because he's sad that he doesn't get recognized.
Yeah, I'm sure everyone now is gonna just try to make sure they recognize me every time they see me in League. But
Arsh NMS, the chat restricted League player.
dude, I'm so mad about that. I'm so sad. I got inted again twice today. I don't want to talk about it. So, but like, the fun thing about that is like, first, I really like meeting with the players and like getting to talk to them, because it's very weird that like some of them actually just know me. And I was very disoriented by that because I'm still like, oh my god, hi, can I take a picture? And you know, like,
That's
they're
how
always-
I felt about asking for pictures, man.
they're always so like, you know, they're always so fake and affluent, and like, you know, they don't really have any.
Yeah, they're really
Yeah.
spoiled.
They're just
they're
not
really
real
good,
human
actually.
They're
beings.
affluent and they like don't go through struggles, you know.
No, but
Yeah.
I mean, I personally just saying, I got to talk to a lot of pro players at that event. I've talked to a lot of pro players before, and that's always my favorite part. Like speaking to pros, speaking to casters, whatever, meeting my friends. Because it's like, to some extent, either I know these people or they know me. Like, it's really nice to just be able to talk to people like that, and that's the best part of
Yeah.
LCS.
And that's why it would have been really nice to talk to Jojo both getting inspired.
No, and I'm just making Elaine sad.
Hey,
Elaine just keeps thinking about it, even on things that are completely unrelated. We're like, yeah, dude, I have mac and
It's
cheese today. She's
related.
like, Jojo likes mac and cheese, and I didn't get to meet Jojo when I went to LCS.
I mean, that is how I would go. Look, I saw like at least 3 people wearing lavender Crocs like in the next 3 days where I was like on a family trip, and I was like, I'm gonna lose my mind.
Wait, didn't we see someone wearing lavender Crocs when we went to like breakfast on day 2 or
I
whatever?
think so.
Yeah, that was
I was
so.
like,
Dude, I remember because you
sick.
pointed it out, and because like it was some little kid, and you were like, "Oh my god, he's wearing lavender Crocs." I was like,
I'm gonna be sick.
yeah. Also, a part I really liked about LA or going to LCS was meeting the NACL boys. A lot of them were there to support their teams. Like Sniper was there, and like FlyQuest was there, and like Cloud9 was there at some point, I think. Like there was a lot of NACL people, and I got to meet them. And it's really cool because like they weren't playing, so like they didn't really have obligation. Like that sounds bad, but like they didn't really have obligations to do anything besides watch. So they were able to like talk a little bit more. I might post a picture after the podcast, but we are winding
We
down.
got some
We
time.
are
We can
running
still
out
make
of-
some jokes.
Oh dear.
Got a little bit
Wait, how much time do we have?
Like a classy 5 to 6 minutes.
All right.
Classy.
Yeah, real
Sock, do
classy.
you have any?
We
Do
can
you
speak
have
in a
any?
British
Yeah,
accent. Make it
let's
real
let
classy.
Sock
Week?
contribute.
Yeah.
Well, I was watching Super Week at the comfort of my home, but I mean, it was
One day
really,
you'll make it there.
One
yeah,
day
I
we will
mean,
all meet up.
I was really sentimental about all the fan meets and like Like seeing all my friends get to see all their favorite pro players, or at least most of them.
Um,
But most of them,
Oh.
so I
breaks
mean,
down
even
sobbing.
yeah, I think it's really cool when the LCS does events like this. But I mean, yeah, all I can really speak to are like the games, and like it was a really cursed week, so I'm probably not gonna speak too much about it.
Dude,
Like,
I was
you know,
I
Yeah,
they were
it's
was
weird to
having
speak
hoping
about
against
when playoffs
hope
has happened.
for the
there were
5
upsets
tiebreaker
left and
outcome.
right. Like,
Oh yeah, dude, we could have had the 5 tiebreakers. That would have been insane because we would have been there till midnight. Like,
I mean, I got home like at like 11:30 or midnight.
yeah, but you could have gotten home at like 2, man. If it
True.
You know
was
what's really
5.
slay though?
Hmm?
Dig
What?
1. You know what's really slay?
They want, yeah,
Dig
it's
1.
slay, but like it's not
That
slay
was really
because that was
unfortunate.
my
Yeah,
last chance at, wait, no, that wasn't my last chance at getting a dub, but it was it was a chance at getting a dub.
yeah, Dig 1. So John the Ho got to post a Dig social media manager got to
True.
post the victory graphic, and
Social media manager did not. You already said his name, man.
no, I didn't. Anyway, so I met Tomo after to give him a gift and a note. And he was in a good mood, and it was really nice to see him in a good mood because I feel like Dignitas has not had an opportunity
that's
to be in a
cute.
good mood after a game for
I
a
am
long
actually
time.
Yeah,
really
I don't know, but
excited.
I saw, but like Nick was there after like Thursday when they lost. Like they were at Fairy Court, and
Yeah, they were really
they
nice.
seem in an all right mood. Like
Yeah,
I
they
saw Jensen. I
Yeah,
said
but
I
like
was a
not in
big
a
fan, and
good
he
mood. You
sounded
know what
really
I'm saying?
surprised for some reason. I was like,
I
hey, Jensen's
imagine
big
that
fan.
for them it's like
Really?
they realized that they were doomed a while ago, and at this
Yeah.
point, like, you're
Yeah, I
just
think they're
making the
just
best of
vibing
it.
now because they're already
Yeah.
eliminated, so it's not like stressful.
But I will say it was very nice meeting Tomo. So I met Dig and I took a picture with them, and then I asked to take a picture specifically with Tomo, and they were all like, "Oh my
They were
god, Tomo has
surprised.
fans!" It was so cute.
I
Okay.
really like. I am excited to see what happens in off season. I
But
feel
that's
like
that's like
Yeah,
how
I am.
they how like FlyQuest reacts when you ask to take a picture with one of them. They're all like,
Oh
"Oh,
yeah.
you know,
So I
you know."
asked to take a picture
Like
with
you got
Ayla
one with Ayla, I
specifically.
got one with Impact, and the other players are just like they're kind of like laughing at it, you know?
Yeah,
Because
because like I think like this is not even a dig at Ayla, but Ayla's probably the least popular member of that team because everyone
oh
on
yeah,
that team is
easily
I
because
would
he's a rookie.
assume that
Yeah,
it's
yeah.
like it'd be Prince and Spica would be most popular
Prince
probably.
and Spica, and then Impact, then Vikla, then Ayla. But they were all like, "Ooh, Ayla!" When I asked to take a picture with him.
Yeah,
It's
yeah, it's so funny.
it's cute.
they have a great vibe.
Anyway, I
Yeah.
will say right now, if you have the opportunity to go to LCS ever, please do it. It is such an experience. It's so fun.
Yeah, and hopefully your favorite players aren't playing remotely that week.
Paige.
I
Okay.
really manifest that
Um,
for you guys.
we are now actually winding down on the podcast. So before we do our individual shout outs, I would like to shout out uh, both me and Numi are going to North Carolina. So if you guys are going to North Carolina, look for us. We will post ourselves and stuff. We'll be with our friends. Like we just want to talk to everybody. Like we want to meet everybody. Like even if like you don't know who, like like you don't think I know who you are, like I probably don't, but walk up to me anyway. Like take a picture. Like
Yeah,
say
random
hi.
checking these people like
No, it actually is like
No,
it's
like,
genuinely so much fun when someone walks
it
up and they're
is.
like,
Yeah.
"Oh my god, you're Arsh from Twitter, right?" And I'm like, "Dude."
nah, but like,
I'm so
no,
because
actually
Yeah.
I got that I got
I'm
that
so
too.
nervous like having conversations with people. I'm like, I don't know if this guy likes LCS
No,
as much.
me
Like we're
too.
at LCS and I'm like, I don't know, like maybe I come off as too much of an LCS nerd. I don't want to talk to this random person. But then like if they know who I am, I'm like, oh sick. We're like on the
Yeah.
same page
So
about this.
we are always excited to meet everybody. We are going to North Carolina with our friends. We would love to meet everybody there. And also, NAmen. So some of you guys might remember the canceled customs
The
tournament.
cancel.
So we are actually doing that, except we're actually not canceling the tournament this time. Signups are on the NAmen Twitter and in the announcements channel of the NAmen's Discord server. So if you guys are interested, please sign up. There's different positions. There's like players, casters, production, like draft coach, team manager, anything like that. So if you and your friends want to sign up, make sure all of your friends fill out the form. You can come as a pre-made 5-team or 5-stack, whatever you guys want. Please sign up. We would be so excited to see you guys there. I'll go first with individual shoutouts. Of course, as always, I'm Delfino, Delphi.wave on Twitter. I want to shout out 100 Thieves for staying strong, finishing the split really strong, and even though they're out of playoffs, I'm really, really proud of them. They performed really, really well. And if I have to see Tenacity, Luck, and Gragas one more time, I might just blow up my own home. Elaine?
Yep, and I'm Elaine or Fluffy2 on Twitter, and like I have my fan art thread pinned, so check that out. It's good stuff. And a shout out goes to Danny because I was watching his stream before this, and he kept getting Vulcan in his ranked games, and I think he's 3-1 against Vulcan, and they also won together. And that bot lane, Danny Vulcan, seems pretty good. Like they could maybe even win LCS. I don't know.
Who knows?
Also, the other shout out to Andrea. You know, I feel bad because CLG got knocked out, but he is the GOAT. And last shout out to Jojo Can Inspire, which is my trio name that somebody on Twitter made up for Jojo Vulcan Inspired. So yeah.
Yeah, I don't really have a shout out. Good episode. I laughed a lot. I'm tired. Yeah, I have no shout out.
We were all saying that we're all tired and making
Yeah.
each other tired by saying that we're
I'm
tired.
in fact tired too, actually.
Interesting.
Actually, what, you go ahead.
Yeah, once again, I am Sock, Sock_O_ on Twitter, and I just want to shout out like everyone that went to LCS during the Super Week, like especially like the NAmen people, because like I could really feel their energy during the matches, and it was a long day.
Could you hear us, by the way? 'Cause
I could in fact hear the voices of it.
No.
But it was great. It was actually great. Like
cool. That's really cool.
I mean, I could feel the energy during those games, so it was really fun to watch. And yeah, I'm just excited to see how the rest of playoffs go.
Cool.
Augers,
All right.
Anyone have any last words or?
your mom.
So
Ratio.
true. We didn't make a single your mom joke. That's depressing.
Hey, you said that you were gonna do it, man.
I know.
Yeah, well, I made it in the pre section, but that was before we started recording. It's depressing.
You flopped. That's what
It
happened.
doesn't count. You dropped the ball.
Okay.
Drop the JoJo ball.
Thank you guys so much for watching episode. Oh my God, we're on episode 25. Episode 25 of the NAmen Podcast. I have been your host, Delphi, and shout out to my lovely co-hosts Elaine, Sock, and Arsh. And thank you so much for watching. Good night.